Being in space is an experience that few people have had the privilege to encounter, and it is often described as both awe-inspiring and challenging. This unique environment presents a variety of physical, psychological, and sensory experiences that are drastically different from those on Earth. In this essay, I will explore what it feels like to be in space, focusing on aspects such as weightlessness, physical effects on the body, visual experiences, the psychological impact of isolation and confinement, and sensory changes, weightlessness, and movement. One of the most significant and immediately noticeable sensations in space is weightlessness. In the microgravity environment of space, astronauts experience a lack of the gravitational pull that we feel on Earth. This creates a sensation of floating, where both people and objects can drift freely. Moving in this environment requires a completely different approach than on Earth. Simple actions like walking or grabbing an object become complex, as traditional cues from gravity are absent. Astronauts must learn to navigate by pushing off surfaces gently, as even a small force can send them floating across a room. The sensation of weightlessness can be exhilarating. Many astronauts describe it as a freeing experience, likening it to flying. The ability to float and move in 3 dimensions is both thrilling and disorienting. It's common for astronauts to experience a period of adaptation known as space adaptation syndrome, which is akin to motion sickness. This occurs because the inner ear, which helps maintain balance and spatial orientation, struggles to adapt to the lack of gravity. Symptoms can include nausea, disorientation, and dizziness, but these usually subside as the body adjusts. Physical effects on the body. The human body is finely tuned to the gravitational forces on Earth, and the absence of these forces in space leads to various physiological changes. One of the most notable effects is muscle atrophy. In the microgravity environment, muscles no longer need to work as hard to support the body's weight, leading to a decrease in muscle mass and strength. To counteract this, astronauts engage in regular exercise routines using specialized equipment to simulate resistance and maintain muscle tone. Bone density also decreases in space. The skeletal system, which supports our weight and allows us to move against gravity, begins to lose density when not subjected to the usual mechanical stresses. This condition, known as spaceflight osteopenia, can increase the risk of fractures and long-term bone health issues if not properly managed. Astronauts use a combination of exercise, nutrition, and medication to mitigate these effects. Additionally, fluid distribution in the body changes in space. On Earth, gravity pulls bodily fluids downward, but in microgravity, these fluids redistribute more evenly throughout the body. This can cause facial puffiness, nasal congestion, and a phenomenon known as bird legs, where the legs appear thinner due to fluid loss. The redistribution of fluids can also affect vision, as increased pressure in the head can cause the eyeball to flatten, leading to changes in eyesight. Visual and sensory experiences. Space offers visual experiences that are unparalleled. The view of Earth from orbit is often described as breathtaking. From the vantage point of space, astronauts can see the curvature of the Earth, vast oceans, continents, and weather patterns in a single glance. The sight of our planet as a small, fragile sphere in the vastness of space is a profound experience that often changes astronauts' perspectives on life and humanity. Many describe a sense of interconnectedness and a newfound appreciation for the fragility of our environment. In addition to the beauty of Earth, space offers an unobstructed view of the universe. With no atmosphere to distort the view, stars appear brighter and more numerous. The Milky Way, planets, and other celestial bodies are visible in stunning clarity. This view, however, comes with an eerie silence, as sound cannot travel in the vacuum of space. This lack of ambient noise creates a unique sensory experience where the only sounds come from within the spacecraft or from communication systems. Another fascinating visual phenomenon reported by astronauts is the appearance of flashes of light, even when their eyes are closed. This phenomenon, known as cosmic ray visual phenomena, occurs due to high-energy cosmic rays interacting with the visual system. These rays can pass through the spacecraft and the human body, causing brief flashes or streaks of light. While these visual effects are generally harmless, they are a reminder of the constant exposure to cosmic radiation in space. Psychological impact of isolation and confinement. The psychological experience of being in space is shaped by isolation and confinement. Space missions often involve extended periods away from Earth, with limited communication with family and friends. The confined space of a spacecraft or space station can feel restrictive, and the lack of a natural environment can be challenging. Astronauts must adapt to living and working in a small, enclosed area with little privacy. The isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness and homesickness. Astronauts often rely on scheduled communication with loved ones, personal items, and hobbies to maintain a sense of connection and normalcy. The crew's cohesion and morale are also crucial, as interpersonal dynamics can significantly impact the mission's success. Psychological support from ground-based teams, including counseling and regular check-ins, is essential in maintaining mental well-being. The sense of time can also be altered in space. Without the natural cycle of day and night, astronauts can lose track of time. The International Space Station, ISS, orbits the Earth approximately every 90 minutes, resulting in 16 sunrises and sunsets each day. This rapid cycle can disrupt circadian rhythms, making it challenging to maintain a regular sleep schedule. Mission planners help by establishing structured schedules and lighting conditions to simulate a day-night cycle, promoting healthy sleep patterns. Sensory changes and adjustments. The sensory experience in space is unique, extending beyond just the visual and auditory. For instance, the taste and smell of food can change. Many astronauts report that their sense of taste diminishes in space, possibly due to fluid shifts affecting the nasal passages. As a result, they may crave more flavorful or spicy foods. The air inside a spacecraft is also different from Earth's atmosphere. It is a controlled, recycled environment with a distinct smell, often described as metallic or mechanical. Living in microgravity requires a complete rethinking of daily routines. Eating, drinking, and personal hygiene all present challenges. For example, liquids behave differently in microgravity, forming floating droplets rather than pouring smoothly. Astronauts must use specialized containers and techniques to manage food and drink. Similarly, using the bathroom requires specially designed equipment to accommodate the lack of gravity. In summary, being in space is a profoundly unique experience that encompasses a wide range of sensations and challenges. The thrill of weightlessness, the physical changes to the body, the awe-inspiring views, the psychological impact of isolation, and the sensory adjustments all contribute to the complexity of life in space. Astronauts must undergo rigorous training and preparation to handle these experiences, but many describe their time in space as a transformative journey that offers unparalleled insights into our world and the universe. The experience of space is not only a test of human endurance and adaptability, but also an opportunity for profound reflection on our place in the cosmos.